Good evening, sir.
Hi, Mikey. How are you?
I'm good, sir. You?
Um, I've been battling a headache from last week, and I'm I'm very tempted not to go and take a tablet. I don't take tablets for my headache, so I'm very tempted to go and take a tablet now because it looks like
That was from about Friday, sir. Because you never saw
it's
right Friday.
that's right, sir. That's right. So that is what is happening. But I don't take tablets for my headache, so I fight it off naturally. So it ease and then it come back and then it come back. I don't know. I don't know. Do you find it the time being very hot?
Um, Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
You're working AC?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's why I don't feel it. So when you have to walk up and down there from class to class and then something there, yeah, you feel it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I have a splitting headache. So I'm just hoping that the guys will come in early today and we can get some stuff done up. You guys going to do quite a bit of work for me um in terms of calculations. I prepared a matter of fact, I'm trying to look for it so you can get a head start to the class. By the way, were you able to look through the video?
No, sir, because over the weekend I was asking for it. I'm not sure, but I realized that today I realized that it was uploaded. I think it's 18 hours ago
Mm-hmm.
because I was looking for it and I didn't see it. So,
I did it sometime. I did it sometime yesterday. I did it sometime yesterday. I trust me. I couldn't budge in. I couldn't do anything. It's after class Friday.
yes,
Hit
sir.
the Saturday. Oh goodness, I couldn't manage.
Mhm.
I went to church yesterday and went to church with a splitting headache.
Mhm.
And I came home, and the truth is, it eased off a little bit yesterday, you know. I said, yes, Papa, thank you, Jesus. The headache gone. Rockstone. You see, by about
Come
7
back.
o'clock. Jesus, Father, right the whole night, wake up and go work with it and
Mhm.
come back home with it. But anyhow, internet place is too hot. This is what happens to me. So
Maybe I need some water. I need to drink a lot of water.
I I have I have been and I do have the water here. This one, 2019, um is a long one. It's for 30 marks. I am projecting it because I want you to get a head start question. When the others come, them can chime in, but that is it. I know you were struggling with the
Simultaneous
differentiation
equate.
and the simultaneous equation, sorry.
Yes, sir.
So go through with the six differentials for me, and then let me see how well they start with the simultaneous. You are here alone. Use the opportunity to get a head start of the others. When them come in, them can join. I mean, them read the recording, them can catch up.
Okay, sir.
Cool.
Sir, before that, the date for the mid semester, you confirm that?
Um, when the I mean, when the others come in, just remind me so we can have a consensus with them.
Okay, sir.
Cool.
Afternoon, sir.
Hey, Mary, what one?
Good, sir. You're good.
Ah, um, taking an easy one, rough. I was saying to Mikey earlier that from last week I've been having this headache, and it a go on like it want me give in and go take one tablet. I mean, not take the tablet. So me they are struggle. The heat, man, the heat is real. So me there. What I've done is to find out. I believe this is the most difficult question that I've come across on a Calculus 2 paper in 2019. So if this is the only question that we work in class today, start and finish, I have no problem. So Mikey's already working, so I'm gonna ask if you can work. Go and work with me in the meantime. But before though, you all right?
Yes, sir. I'm great.
All right, good. I saw your message, but boy, trust me, couldn't go on the phone for most of the weekend because I was kind of out of it. But I actioned your request, so you can look at it.
Yes, sir. And it's no problem.
All right, that's what Papa. Go and work for me here. Do the best you
All
can.
right.
Mhm.
Sir,
Yes, Mikey.
sir, I'm stuck.
All right, no problem. Shamari, how far you reach, Papa? Don't answer that, Shamari. Don't answer that. I'm gonna ask a question a different way. Did you both complete the first 6 differentiation partials?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Hold on. Look and tell me if what I have there is what you have.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Mary?
Second.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. It's the same thing.
All right, good. No. So this is where Mike, I think we left off on Friday night. I can confidently say that I know you know how to do the partials. Yes, Mary, I know you know how to do the partials as well. I think, however, Mary, you are able to move on a little further than just the partials. But Mikey, this is where I think you got stuck. What 2 equations am I going to set equals to 0?
All right, so I have 2xy minus 22y plus y squared equals 0, and x squared minus 22x plus 2xy equals 0.
Very good. Mary, you have that right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, looking at that function, Mikey, how do you think we're going to work that out? What do you think we have? What method of simultaneous do you think we need to use to solve this question?
I think substitution.
Okay. Mary, Shamari, do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So we need to substitute.
Mhm.
Which one do you want to substitute? Okay, so I have 2 things here on the screen. Let me just backtrack. You notice the ones that I gave you were always f of xy.
Yes,
This one,
sir.
pi
Pi.
of y. Does it make a difference? Does a pi make it different? Any different?
I should think so, sir.
No, it will make a thing to it. It's just like how you name Michael and Shamari name Shamari. Yeah, both of you are still my students in the class. Just 2 different names, but you're still my students. It no do nothing. And
Oh,
now go use no we'll call pi as 22/7 and them something they now go have it's just a name,
okay, sir.
right? So it has so the point I was making last Friday is that these functions can be named whatever. It just has a name. So they can give you something that is called C of xy or P
Or
of
Z,
xy
or
or pi
Z.
or Z of xy. Yeah, it no matter. It's just how the function is named.
Okay, sir.
What matters is what comes after the x, comma y, the function.
Mhm.
And to know that we know how to differentiate the partials, the 6 partials, first order, second order, and cross order. And then know to identify which ones we are going to be using for our simultaneous.
Sir.
Having gotten that now, yes, Papa.
Sorry for cut you, but me did actually say let f of x equal to somebody change it to f of x. Would I get penalized for that?
No, if you say let f of x be equals to pi xy, that is fine. But you have to now come back at some point in time in the question to resubstitute.
Okay.
So it's really not going to make a difference. So you really don't think nothing let f of x be equals to anything. As you will see when I work the question, that that I will maintain my pi of xy right through. So let's go. So when I have my pi of x of xy and my pi of y of xy, I recognize that I have to use a substitution. Why? Because I end up having two sets of quadratic equations. They are non-linear equations. I can't use the elimination method because I don't have two linear equations. So once I have at least one non-linear equation or both being non-linear, I have to do my substitution. So I looked at it and I said to myself, you know what? Let me work with equation one. So when I work with equation one, I recognize that I can make y the subject of the formula. Easy. Or I made x the subject of the formula. Which one did I use? I made x the subject of the formula. I could have made y the subject of the formula too, whichever one I wanted. I made x the subject of the formula. So what I did was to add 22y and a minus y squared from both sides. So now this negative 22y is going to become a positive 22y, and this positive y squared now becomes a negative y squared. Can you see that? And my 2xy remains the same.
I said I did it, sir.
All right, so I didn't do it that way, sir.
No, but I'm just showing you how I did it. And then after that, now you can go and do it whichever way you want to do it.
All right, sir. So, all right. So whatever. All right. So I'm going to tell you what I have. I'm not sure if it's correct, but this is what I have. I have 2xy plus y squared equal 22y.
Okay.
That's what I did.
And then divide both sides by 22.
I divide both sides by 2.
No, can't be 2. It has to be 22.
That should be 22.
What you said you had just now to me, you know, is 2xy plus y squared equals 22y. True or false?
No, sir.
So you can't divide by 2. I don't want 2y. I want y to be the subject of the formula.
Okay.
I don't think you're convinced, so.
Sir, these are normally the problems, the problem section for me. So
Yeah, but I mean, we have to overcome it
yes, sir.
today because I have a few more areas to look at, and I have a few more areas to look at, and but you want to lead this topic. The only reason I'm staying on this topic so long is because I know it coming. And I want to put you in a very good light, not just you, class in a very good light to maximize your points. So that's the only reason I'm still on this topic, or else I'd have moved a long time. So let me work the question based on how you
All right,
have
so
it.
sir, all right. So if that x square, if it was an x only, then we could
No. Forget about my working out.
Okay.
What you said you have.
Sir? Oh,
So what you say you did was to say 2xy plus 2xy plus y squared is equal to 22y. Agreed?
yes, sir. That's what I had.
In that case, I have to divide both sides by 22. And that's your equation 3. And that equation 3 is now going to be substituted in equation 2. So anywhere in equation 2, I see y. I'm going to be substituting 2xy plus y squared over 22. That's what my equation 3 works out to be. We don't have to worry about that. You'll get the same answer. So now, I'm going to have, starting from there, we're going to have x squared minus 22x plus 2x, there goes a y, 2xy aha, aha.
Sir Arsenal says she soon log on.
All right, thanks, Papa. Guess where we have a problem now? This here is not fully y the subject because I have a y right here, so, and I have a y right here, so. So when I'm substituting here now, I'm going to end up with a y inside of here. I only want to have x's here. Is what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I have not yet fully, so this is why I did it the way I did it, because I can't just leave the y like that. And the truth of the matter is, for equation 1, the best thing for me to substitute from equation 1 would have been an x. To make the subject of the formula would be x. The best thing to make the subject of the formula in equation 2 is y. Why, sir? Because in x, I have a y right here. I have a y right here, and then I have a y squared. I can't factor out a y to get all the y's because I'm going to have that one y leave right there. Similarly, I can't factor out an x because I have an x squared there, I have an x here and an x here. So in order that, I'm going to end up with one more x right there. So if I have to use equation 1 and make y the subject of the formula. I mean, x is the subject of the formula. And equation 2 to make y the subject of the formula. You follow me, Mikey?
Yes, sir, I'm following.
Yeah, because if I do that, I'm going to end up with, I'm not really making it the subject of the formula. I'm going to end up with a variable inside of it nonetheless. So I have to go back now to make my x the subject of the formula. Why? Because there's only one x inside here, so, and everything else is y, so I can isolate it. So what I'm going to do is to say 2xy is going to be equal to 22y minus y squared. And I want x to be the subject, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2y. All right? So the y's cancel, the 2's cancel, so I'm left with x. The y cancel here, the y cancel here. This cancel here goes 11 times, minus this cancel into that goes minus y over 2. But I don't want two terms. I just want one single term that I'm going to substitute. So I'm going to find the LCM here, which is 2. 1 into 2 goes 2 times, and 2 times 11, that's 22. 22 goes 1 time. 1 minus y is minus y. And that is equal to x. So my x is equal to 22 minus y over 2. See here? X is equal to 22y, 22 minus y over 2. You notice that I only have x alone on one side, and everything else has y on the other side.
Yes, sir, see.
Yeah, man. Sham, you see, Papa?
Yes, sir.
Now, having explained that portion, what I want the pair of you to do is to what I want the pair of you to do is to now put Put x into equation 3 for me. Put x into equation 2. Put x in equation 2 for me. Put x in equation 2. Equation 2 is right here. All right, so that is my equation 3. Put x in equation 2 for me and solve it for me. I want you to get your practice, so just put in your M right here. Just put it in, do your thing, and let me know. All right, how are we? Where are we?
Evening, sir.
Hi, AC, how you doing?
I'm okay. I long to hear your voice.
Oh, Jesus, tell me about it, my dear. Miss you on Friday, and I can understand, though, but
Sir,
hope you all. Yes, ma'am.
the document, the notes for the critical point. I don't see it any. I was asking for it. But I realized when I message you in the group and I'm paying a man in reports.
Don't make me laugh today, please. Make me laugh some other day. Yeah,
Like
I
you
did
have
the
a headache.
same answer, dearest. Same answer from last week until now.
Inhale some
Eucalyptus?
what's up my name? Cloves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I will do. I just went and made some tea a while ago, so when I get up again, I'll go do that. Yeah, hopefully I can, let me see if it's right here. It's right here, I can send it, if not, I have to go. Hold on. Is it that? No. Is it this? No. Rockstone. All right. Okay, we'll have to talk. Um, all right. So for those who were here before, did we substitute our third equation into equation 2? If so, what did we get? All right. So let me confess something. At the start of the question, I did say to you, this is the most difficult stationary point question that I have seen on the calculus 2 paper, the most difficult one to date. And it's all of 30 marks. The others are not as difficult as this one. And why it makes it difficult is because of the simultaneous solutions. Because of the simultaneous solutions. If you can overcome this, you can do any question on the multivariable function. Right? This is the most difficult one because of how ugly the simultaneous solution looks. I have to use the substitution method, and I end up with a fraction that I have to substitute, and I'm going to end up getting out a fraction, and I have to go work with fraction, and I have to go rationalize. See, this is very ugly. I'm going to confess, yes, it is the ugliest. Now, since then, it's just like when you used to go dentist and they use the fillers, and remember they used to use the fillers that look like silver. Anybody remember them days there? Or when they're too young to know them days there?
The days when you
When you go to the dentist and they're filling your teeth and they use a silver based thing.
yeah.
Right. So when you laugh and open your mouth from a distance, that silver something can be construed to be rotten teeth. All right. So with technology, your fillers now can come in any different shade of color. So if you have stock of color looking teeth, then can put in the filler stock of color so that when you put it in, it blends in. If you have white teeth, then can make it white. The technology has moved just with the mathematics, right? So the technology has moved in such a way where when we're generating these questions, when I'm generating a question like this and I see something looking as ugly as these fraction stuff, I don't use it. I generate questions where it is a little bit much more easier to work with. But sir, if that is the case, and we went to the exam and we get an ugly looking something, should we just stop? No, continue working. But you know what I believe is happening to quite a number of you is that when you look at the question and the question don't look like what you think we're supposed to get, we stop. Don't stop. Continue working. you will pick up some marks somewhere. A whole heap of time you do one question and don't have a clue where the question will go. But we just follow the mathematics. I'm supposed to simplify, I'm going to simplify. And when I simplify, I say, oh, but I know this one. So don't give up on me, all right? With that said, let me substitute now. My equation 2 is going to be x squared minus 22x plus 2, oh, sorry. No, I'm substituting x into the function. No, it's made the foolishness. Huh? So I'm going to need more space, so I erase that. So I'm going to put equation 3 into equation 2. So anywhere I see x, I'm going to put 22 minus y over 2. So we have 22 minus y over 2 all squared. And this is what makes the question very ugly. Minus 22 times x, which is 22 minus y over 2, plus 2 times x, and x is again 22 minus y over 2 times y equals 0. Look at that and tell me that substitution is correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So that's what it is that we're looking at right now. Hold on a minute, please. Hold on a minute. All right. Sorry about that. Yes, Mikey, I heard your response, your affirmative response. Shamari, did you get that?
Yes, sir, I got that.
Okay, good. And I am only calling on those two because they were with me rather from the start of the session. So you would not have seen the full question. Just let me pause right here and bring you up to speed with what the question is saying. So it's a calculus past paper, 2019, May 15, 2019. This is the most difficult question that I've seen on this topic in our calculus 2. The other questions are way easier, way less stressful than this one. It says a small startup company produces speakers and subwoofers for computers that they sell through our website. After extensive research, the company has developed a profit function. They could have called the profit function P of XY, but they decided to call the profit function pi of XY. Does that change the question? No, it doesn't. It's just the name. One name Shamari, one name Astamil. Who else? One name Shaboy. You see, all you Shaboy come to class and don't even say good afternoon, sir, but it's all right, keep it. One name Mikey, one name Simon. Yeah, man. It's just the name of the function. It's just the name of the function. So don't be put off by the pi xy. Don't be put off if it's C or P or Z, whatever it is. It's just how we name it. It's just how we name it. All right. So the function now is x squared y minus 22xy plus xy squared plus $71,000. That's what the function is defined by. It says we're supposed to find a production level that minimizes profit. Now, hear me out. All of them questions here we're going to do is for you to minimize profit. Right? It's to find a production that is going to minimize your stuff. Right? And what we're going to be doing here is the first thing you do, as I told you, the one you still not understand what the question is saying, you don't even need to understand what the word of percent. But no. Right about now, all you need to know that you need to do is to find the 6 partials. Pi subscript x, pi subscript xx, pi subscript y, pi subscript yy, pi subscript xy, pi subscript yx. 5 marks. You have 25 more marks to get. You set the first partials equals to 0. To solve your simultaneous equation, you get more marks. You're solving. So the 2 blue ones are my first order partials. I set it equals to 0, and then I'm solving that simultaneously. The simultaneous solution of those is what is giving us a little problem. Because we recognize that, oh, come on. You recognize that we can't do that in... We recognize we can't do that as an elimination method because it's too nonlinear functions. It is 2 nonlinear functions that we're working with. 2 nonlinear functions. All right. So I can't do that. I can't solve it simultaneously just like that. Right? What I have to do is I have to use the substitution method. I have to use the substitution method. And what is the substitution method? Me making one variable the subject and substitute it into the other variable, into the other equation. So what I've done here is to make x the subject. Using equation 1, I made x the subject of the formula. Now, I'm working the question on this side now, but really and truly, I'm working the question on the right-hand side, but really and truly, I've already worked the question on the left-hand side. But I want to work the question so you can see what I'm doing instead of just looking at the solution right here, right? So you'll see both left and right give the same answers, all right? So having made x the subject of the formula, I'm going to substitute it now in equation 2. Anywhere in equation 2, I see x, I'm going to put 22 minus y over 2. So this is, I'm going to have 22 minus y over 2, all squared, minus 22 times 22 minus y over 2 for this 22x. This is plus 2xy. I'm going to say plus 2 times the x, which is 22 minus y over 2, times the y. And now I'm going to evaluate all of here. So are we all together now? Up to date?
Yes.
All right, thank you. No, you know what? Let me not even say it. No, let me say it. I recognize that some of you are not participating. Anyhow, you allow calculus to run ahead of you by one class. By the time you come to the next class, I guarantee you that you're going to be lost. And when you come to the nether class, you're going to be lost. And you are going to be in a bind. Please ensure that you are doing some stuff. Now, let me just pause and say, outside of Tajay and Mikey, who have already completed their EducaSoft with perfect scores, I'm only seeing Astanil, Shamari, and Simon that have actually started doing some more work. Astanil and Shamari are almost at the same number of assessments. Simon, you are lagging behind. If I were to compare you with Astanil and Shamari, the rest of you are yet to begin. The rest of you are yet to begin. And you're going to be having some problems if it is that you don't do the
Sir,
work.
no one else is here.
No one else is here on the call.
As in, no one else is here on Zoom with us, other than the names you just called. Well, Tajay is not here.
Well, I'm hoping that they will listen to the recording. I'm just hoping. Or maybe I might to assume that you five are the ones that will be doing the exam, because when I looked at EducaSoft, I'm seeing 11 students. Well, I know Arthur Lee is doing the course, but she's not here yet. Who else is missing? Tajay is missing. So that is 5, 6, 7. Who else?
Sir, I so start my EducaSoft, so I watch your face, sir.
Me not pay you no mind, you know. Me watch you, me not pay you no mind. So Aston, I'm not Aston, Arthur Lee is absent now, and Tajay. So that's 5, 6, 7. Who else you know supposed to be doing the course and not doing it? Because 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are 4 students that I have on the system. I know which 4, but I have not seen them come back to class. I know Oliver come in sometime, but I have not seen Oliver is in and out ever so often. I know Tristan's supposed to be in class, but I really see Tristan at class. I know I have Shani on. Shani came to class like one time. And then there is a math and finance student, Dana, who came on like 2 times and then I've not seen her since. So I don't know what is going to happen. You don't come to class, you miss instruction and you're going to fail. You don't come to class and miss instruction and you're going to fail. And the system says you have an 85%, you should have an 85% class attendance before you're allowed to do the exam. You should have an 85%. Now, if it is that those students, and I'm speaking now because I want them, if it is that they're accessing the recording for them to hear this, because you don't turn up for my class and I don't know if you're accessing my stuff online, you can be barred from the exam. So technically, I'm only seeing 7 students, 5, 6, 7 students consistently. Well, let me call it 8, because I see Oliver every now and again. Right? So I'm only seeing 8 students. So there are 3 students who I guess just not doing anything. So I can't tell you that is only 8 students in my course, my exam this semester. Those 3 students who I have not seen for the longest while. I have not seen Tristan in over 2 weeks. I have not seen Dana in over 2 weeks, and I'm not seeing Shani in about a month. They can't do the exam. Before we leave today, we need to have a conversation about our mid-semester. I can't do the exam. You don't come to class, you can't do my exam. I don't operate like that. I know it is very disrespectful. Even when I'm unwell, I make an effort to come out of class, even when I'm unwell, because I understand the Schweppes. Because if today I was very close to say to you, guys, just go finish your edicus off, no class tonight. I'm meaning from earth to heaven. And I said to myself, how I'm feeling, I'm not going to lie down, because if I lie down, I'm in proper sleep. And I sat up, I log in early, and then I hear Mikey say, good afternoon, sir. And that was it. Because anybody could lay down, that would have been it. So even if I'm not well, I'm come out to class. And I'm not saying that. Say, for example, Aston wasn't here on Friday. I'm not speaking about someone knows she should go say, sir, me here talk down. No, because she comes to class. So you can't have a 1 day or a 2 day when you not turn up, right? And she was able to say, no, man, the recording is there to Mikey, because clearly she would have seen it. So I'm hoping she would have gone through the recording. But I'm saying, students, we don't turn up. Maths is not like POB, you know. We can go read the POB overnight and catch it. So I want to tell her friends them say, don't tell Mr. Shan say I'm wicked when Mr. Shan say you are barred from doing this exam because you don't come to class. And I've spoken to those students. I've spoken to some via voice call, via email, via text message, and others I would have spoken to in the class setting such as this. All right, sorry, I just had to say that. There's no love lost, but if you know you're struggling with the mathematics, for crying out loud, don't put yourself in a position to struggle more. Don't put yourself in a position to struggle more. Just come in and do this stuff. Mikey, I need to find out. We need to find out from him what I'm to charge, because he wasn't here on Friday and I'm not seeing him here tonight.
In computer not working, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. I think it's at the repair shop.
Who's that, sir?
Tajay.
Oliver has a computer issue as well.
Oh, Oliver has computer
The hard
issue.
drive crashed.
Okay. Let's tell him to log in on him phone, man.
Sir,
Make
his
it.
internet not pick up properly on him phone, but I'll talk to him.
All right, cool. Call Taj and tell Taj to come in on him phone, man.
Yeah, he have phone problem too, sir.
Okay, all right. He's a problem child. All right. But as I said before, I see more of Taj and Oliver than I'm seeing the other 3 students. That's the point I'm making. So at least I can say I know what is happening. I don't know what is happening with the other 3. I really can't tell you. Anyhow, let us go. So we have all of that here now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm trying to work this out. My goodness, gollywog. All of this now is going to be 22 minus y over 4 times 22 minus y over 4. And all of that is going to be equal to, let me do that first part first. 22 times 22 is, whoa, 400 and something. What is 22 times 22?
$484.
484.
Sir, you can start over a process there, please.
And I'm just saying 22, I'm just saying 22 all squared. 22 minus y over 2 all squared is 22 minus y over 4 times 22 minus y over 4. This square means that I'm multiplying it by itself 2 times. Or multiplying by itself. Does that make sense?
Well,
Sir, wouldn't it be over 2?
It should be over 2. I don't know why I write 4. I put it there because I'm not in my best of myself today. You're correct, Shamari. You see it, Mikey?
Yes, sir.
So 22 times 22, I hear that is 400 and how much? 84?
484.
So that's 484. And 22 times negative y is negative 22y. And negative y times 22 is again another negative 22y. And negative y times a negative y is a positive y squared. And the 2 times the 2, no, Shamari, that's where sir is supposed to get the 4 from. And then we're going to have 484 minus 44y plus y squared over 4, I think, yeah. I can't divide through by 4 because this piece here, so no, I've no 4. So I'm still going to end up with a fraction. Yuck. But not a problem, because what I'm going to do now, I'm going to substitute this piece in for all of this. All right? So what I'm going to have is 484 minus 44y plus y squared. I want you to follow me in case I'm making a careless mistake. Over 4 minus, watch this now, 22 times 22 again is 484. So this is 484. And negative 22 times a negative y is going to be a positive 22y plus 22y. What I'm doing, I'm distributing this negative 22 over what is inside here. So this negative 22 times a positive 22 is a negative. All right. Yeah. Let me just remove the parentheses. I'll just call it a negative 484. So this negative 22 times this negative 22 is a negative 484. And this negative 22 times a negative y is going to be a positive 22y, which is this. And it's still going to be over 2, because what this is negative 22 over 1. So 1 times 2 is 2. So all of this is over 2. That 2 not going to change. I'm putting it in red. That 2 is not going to change. All right? And similarly, this is over 1. So what I'm going to have is okay. Thank you, AC. So 2 times 22 is 44. So it's going to be plus 44. And that's going to be minus a 2y. Minus a 2y. What if I say 2 into itself 1 and 2 into itself 1? Can you see that?
Yes, sir, that's what I did.
Okay, good. Great. And then I'm just going to have plus 22 minus y plus 22y minus y squared. Remember, there is a hidden y right here, so that we have to remember about. So that's when I cancel out these 2's, there's a y that I still need to multiply by. So 22 times this y is going to give me 22y, and negative y times y is a negative y squared. And all of that now is going to be equal to 0. All of this is going to be equal to 0. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. So all of what I have up here, so is what I have down here, so. And let us just check what it is that we have so far. So we get our 484 minus 44y plus y squared over 4. We're making our substitution. And then now what I'm going to be doing in order to get rid of this 4, I know I have a 2 somewhere under here. I'm going to be multiplying throughout the equation by 4. I know I have a 2 right here. Because what I could have done right here also is to say 2 into itself 1 and 2 into 22 goes 11 times. You want me to do it like that?
Yes, sir, that's how I did it.
All right, good. So let me just do it like that. So 2 into itself here goes 1 time, just to be consistent with what I did right here. And 2 into 22 goes 11 times. What is 11 times 22 now?
242.
242. So this is going to become 242. And 11, negative 11 times negative y is going to be a positive 11y, don't?
Yes, sir.
And then that goes positive 11y. All right. And then now I'm going to multiply through by 4. So why do you multiply through by 4? Because of this annoying 4 right here. So that annoying 4 right there. Then, sir, what if the denominator there was 6? What would you multiply through the equation by? 6, so that I can get rid of the denominator. So I'm multiplying throughout the equation by 4 so that I can get rid of that fractional 4 there. So you have to be careful because everything is going to be multiplied through by 4. Every term is going to be multiplied through by 4. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. You see, all of these, every term is going to be multiplied through by 4. I use parentheses here, but I don't have the parentheses there. So when I finish it, I'm supposed to get all of this line here. I'm going to compare it. I'm going to compare that line with when I'm finished right here. So watch what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to multiply all of this by 4, and then that 4 cancels that 4. That is going to be multiplied by 4. So is this one. So is this one. So is this one. That's what I mean when I multiply throughout the equation by 4. Every term is going to be multiplied through by 4. Think of it this way. Think of it this way. You're on a team and school challenge. So flow into St. Jago this morning, and everybody on the team get a cell phone. Now, if only 3 persons get a cell phone, and me, the 4th one, don't get a cell phone, a problem. And by extension, I would suppose that the reserve person on the team would also get a cell phone. Chances are the teachers of the team also got a cell phone. But the team now will get a cash prize. And then we say, here the plan, say a 6 away on the team will have 2 reserve and 4 of us will play the matches. The money going to buy by 6. And everybody's supposed to get the same amount because they're putting the same amount of work. All right? So that's what it is. So every term, if I'm multiplying throughout by the equation by 4, every term has to be affected by this scalar quantity 4. So what I'm going to now have is 484 minus 44y plus y squared minus, what is 242 times 4?
968.
So now we have minus 968 plus 44y plus 88y minus 4y squared equals 0. And that's what makes this question very challenging. All right. Now what is I'm supposed to be doing is putting, I said I was going to compare that. Okay, let me compare it. 484 minus 44y plus y squared. 484 minus 44y plus y squared. Then I have a minus 968 plus 44y. Minus 968 plus 44y. Here I have plus 88y minus 4y squared. Plus 88y minus 4y squared. So I didn't have to do all of this fandangle. And you see, I use all of these. I don't even reach down here yet, and I'm still up here, so and so far down here, so I reach. So it's the same thing that we're doing. I just working towards so you can see step by step what it is that I'm doing. All right, I don't want you to lose the steps. So I'm putting all like terms together. Let me just put that before I go ahead and do the addition. So what I'm going to have is y squared minus 4y squared. All right, done with that. Plus 44y minus 44y plus 88y plus 484 minus 968 equals 0. Tell me if I captured every value. One of the things that I normally do in order to know, I say this is one term, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I know I'd have captured all the terms. Y squared minus 4y squared is going to be 3y squared. Negative 3y squared. This cancels that, plus 88y minus 484. 484 minus 968 are 484 done.
Yes, sir.
Good. Equals 0. And I recognize it don't even make sense I divide through by 3. Because if I divide through by 3, it not gonna be 88 is not divisible fully. 484 divided by 3 is not even a factor. 3 is not a factor of that either, so I can't do that. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply through by -1. Why, sir? Because I want to get my leading term as being positive. So I'm going to get positive 3y squared minus 88y plus 484 equals 0. You can work with that?
What? Sir, oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, man. So all I did was just to get rid of the negative sign in front of that by just multiplying through. So what I now have is 3y squared minus 88y plus 484. Same thing I do. Multiply through by -1. And then, okay, so I need to rearrange. And this is what I rearrange to get here now. So this is all the way down here, so I reach the question. Now,
Factorize it.
go ahead, Jeffrey.
I say I'll factorize now.
Very good. But you see, what I'm going to do now, Chevy, is going to be, is if you weren't following my factorization from calculus 1, where I said to you that you multiply the coefficient of x by the constant and you're trying to find two numbers, when multiply will give you that product, but when add will give you the middle number, you may have problems now. Because I'm sure I did say to you that it's not all the time you have some simple numbers like 5 times 2, 1, 10 times this and that. So we have 3 times 484. Wow. 3 times 484. What is 3 times 484?
1,452.
1,452. I need to prime factorize because I need two numbers then multiply together, which is what I'm saying to you. I will never give you a question like this in an exam. Because guess what? Some students, when they reach this point, they say, sir, this can't factorize without even trying. So I wouldn't even give a question like this in an exam. But they gave it in 2019. So who to tell? What if the people them say, yeah, here's the plan. We'll drop back the exam question upon the paper. At least now you'll have an idea what it is that we're doing. So I'm going to say 2 into 1452 goes how many times? Two into 726 goes 363. I can't use 2 again. So I'm going to jump to 3. 3 goes 1, 2, and a 1. Interesting. That looked like 11 to me because 7 can't go into that. 11 don't.
Yeah, that looks like it.
So 121, 11 to 121 goes 11 times, and 11 to 11 goes 1 time. So I would have prime factorized. It's so easy the prime factorization is. So now I'm going to be manipulating some numbers now to see what I can get. I don't know what I'm going to get out of this. So if I say 2 times 2 is 4. Wow. If I say 11 times 3 is 33. 33 times 2 is 66. And 2 times 11 is 22. 66 and 22 give you 88? Yeah, don't. Anybody
Yes,
see that?
sir.
It's just a manipulation, you know. 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 11 is 66. And then 2 times 11 is 22. And 22 plus 66 is 88. And 22 times 66 has to give us our 1452. Right? So that's how we manipulate this. That's how we manipulate our prime factors. Right? And when we manipulate our prime factors, we must get our factors. No, this is a far easier method than just to go and sit down and do trial and error. All right? Everybody okay with me so far with how it is that I use the prime factorization to get my factors?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What I did do, I did actually go on Google and type in factors of 1452 and
And
then
it
we
told
pair
you,
them up.
yeah.
Yeah, we pair them up. But this easier for you, this me not
This
me not
method
go
is,
Google in an exam.
I was about to say to you that I have no problem with you doing it in class and go Google. But when we're in an
Oh,
exam, I'm
yeah,
not
I'm
going,
doing an exam.
yeah, I'm not going to Google in an exam. But this method though, Shamari, is far easier. Prime factorization takes you, I mean, I see some students who said to me, sir, boom, 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 sir, you're not doing a prime factorization. So I'm not going to learn that. I said, okay, fine. And then what I'll do, I'll definitely generate a wicked question for them. And then sit down and then the others who prime factorize get it. And them say, sir, the question can't work. I said, follow my instructions. And then you have people in that class say, no, sir, me get the answer, me finish the question. They say, yeah, I believe you. So you just have to follow the methodology. If you follow the methodology, trust me, you're good to go. All right, let's do our substitution now. So it's going to be 3y squared minus 22y minus 66y plus 484 equals 0. I'm going to group. We're going to get 3y squared minus 22y in one bracket. Leave the middle sign out every time, but it's a negative sign. So what is going to happen is that sign here has to flip to be negative 484 equals 0. Sir, please remind me why that sign flips again. My pleasure. Because when I have this negative sign out here and I multiply by this negative 484, I better get a positive 484 up here. So because when I multiply this negative sign by this positive 66y, I'm going to get a negative 66y. Yeah? So I'm just factoring with a negative sign up here. So, and always remember, every positive number have two negative numbers inside of it. I hide. See it here, so? One right here, so, and one right here, so. All right? And then now what is common between 3y squared and 22y? Y. So I take out my y, and then I'm going to have 3y minus 22. What is common between 66 and 484? Wow. What I can tell you is I must have another 3y minus 22. So I am going to do it the other. I'm going to put 22 right here, so because I must have another 3y minus 22. I did my factorization, so I know the factors work. So I must have the same factor that is right here, so. Has to be the same one that is right here, so. So when I say 22 times 3y, I'm going to get my 66y. And negative 22 times negative 22 is 484. And I'm going to tell you how I figure it out. Earlier on, when I asked Shamari, I asked the class, what is 22 times 22? I hear Shamari say 484. So that 484 has been lingering in my head as I work the question to know that it's 22 times 22. Did that happen for anybody else, or is it just me weird? Ask don't answer the question, because I know what you're going to say.
Sorry, you're
Thank
not
you.
funny.
Thank you. Because I know you try to find the unmute button, to say weird, right? But
Now
yeah.
remove the camera. Where you have over here, I was sending back, come give you.
So
I'm sorry, you can check your message, please. The chat.
all right, no problem. All right, no problem. So So I'm going to factor out, well, I'm going to factor out now my 3y minus 22. I'm factoring out my 3y minus 22. So when I factor out 3y minus 22, I'm going to have y left minus 22 equals 0. And then I said to myself, oh, it's going to come out nicely, though. I know I'm supposed to solve simultaneously. If I follow the method of simultaneous equation, I never know where I was going, but it cannot work. Watch me. Either 3y minus 22 equals 0, which implies 3y is equal to 22. And if I have both sides by 3, y is going to be equals to 22 over 3. I get one value right just so. And y minus 22 equals 0. Therefore, y is equal to 22. I get two values. Now we need to find my corresponding x values. But let me just bring back here. You know what, guys, everything that I'm doing here is what we have always been doing. You notice that I had highlighted my third equation for this very reason. Because it becomes easier now. My third equation is x equals 22 minus y over 2. Let me recall it down here. Recall. X is equal to 22 minus y all over 2. 2? Yes, 22 minus y over 2. Yeah. So now, when I put, let me do the easy one first. When I put y equals 22 into the function, I'm going to have x is equals to 22 minus 22 over 2, which is equals to 0 over 2, which is equals to 0. So I can now say that one of my critical points is going to be when x equals a critical point, when x equals 0, y equals 22. Talk truth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
So, but you
And
have two critical points.
two critical points, yeah. Because I'm going to have now y equals 22 over 3. So now I'm going to put y equals 22 over 3. So we have x is equals to 22 minus 22 over 3 divided by 2. Blow. Sir, why you do that? Is it because the question long? I'm not even going to show you a way to work it on the calculator. I'm going to put it in on the calculator for me. 22 minus, open bracket, 22 ABC 3 close bracket, equal divided by 2 and tell me what you get for the answer.
Sir, I got 22 over 3.
So your answer remains 22 over 3?
Yes,
I
sir, for
get
me.
18 and 1/3.
What?
You said 22 minus, open bracket, 22 over 3, close bracket, divided by 2. Now that's a say. I got 18 over 1 over 3. 18 and 1/3. But looking at it, it's supposed to be it'll be 0 over 3 divided by 2.
No, man. Simon is correct. It's supposed to be 22 over 3. I just did it. But if I don't know what it. Come on. Work with me, Ashley. Clear the calculator, please. Put 22 minus. Put in. Don't put it in parentheses. Just put in 22 ABC 3.
Mm-hmm.
equal
14 and 2/3.
divided by 2. Let's press the division button and 2.
7 and 1/3.
Press second function ABC now.
Second function ABC.
Or shift, whichever one you have.
20. Oh,
22/3.
interesting. That's interesting. What's the difference between what's the difference with the D over C versus the AB over C?
The AB over C is the improper,
And
and that one is a proper
3
one.
7s, 21.
Sorry, the ABC button is a mixed number.
Yeah. All right, sir.
So my other critical point is going to be when x is 22/3. Yeah, y is also 22/3. So now that I have my critical point, what would be the next step having found the critical points?
Finding D.
Finding D, that's what I said, right?
Yes, sir.
Good, very good. So D now is going to be equals to f of xx. Oopsie daisy. The man them say no f around here. Pi of xx xy times pi of yy xy minus open bracket pi of xy all squared. Let me answer the question. Did I give you the formula like this in terms of pi?
No, sir.
I didn't. What I gave you was f of xx times f of yy minus f of xy all squared. So I'm saying to you, Sham, this is for you, Shamari. So this is why I didn't have to go ahead and let y be equal to anything, because as you can see here, I'm carrying through the whole of the question using my pi. All I'm doing is, hold on. Excellent example. If I can season chicken, I can season oxtail. Talk truth.
Boss.
You notice I still can't answer, but make sure stay right there. She don't have a clue what we're talking about, right? But yeah, if you can
What you
season,
mean? What you mean? What you mean? Me not have a clue what you're talking about.
how you can cook, duh. Right? But if you can season chicken, you can season oxtail. Real talk, because it is pretty much the same set of seasoning that we use. Now, mark you, you may have a little one or two something that you can put in that is different than if you're doing chicken, because some people may say, let me put in some bay leaves inside of the oxtail. But if me want to put in bay leaf in my chicken, you can't stop me, right? And some people may say, I'm going to put celery in the oxtail. But if me want to put that in my chicken, you can't stop me either, right? So if you can season one, you can season the other. If you can do the question, and that's why I say to you that when I'm teaching, I teach conceptually. I teach conceptually. What do I mean by conceptually? I teach giving you the way things are to be done. So if you have to know, go and put your little seasoning and flavor to it, you still can use my base, but you add your own flavor to the question now, or to the solution, right? After I give you the question, put your flavor to the stuff. See, Shamari says, sir, I do that, but you were going through the question without doing the cancellations right here. But sir, me do the cancellations, Okay, fine. I could have done the question without doing the cancellations here. And then when I multiply through it by 4, I do my cancellations. And then when I did, I said, for consistency, since I canceled right here, why not just cancel here so too? That one up here so I can't cancel, so I just make it stay alone. So, it's adding one flavor to the next. We're still going to arrive at the same thing, right? The way I did this question is different from how I had typed out the question for you, but we end up getting the same thing. All right, so let's go. So we need to know what our f of xx is. So we have to go back to the start of the question. F of xx is 2y, f of yy is 2x, f of xy is all that. I remember all of this until here. I can remember xx and yy. I can remember all of them something here. Oh, I can remember, you know, for 2y and 2x, and then we have the 22. All right. So recall. F of xx. Whoa. Pi of xx of xy is going to be equal to 2y. Pi yy of xy is going to be equal to 2x. Tell me if I'm right enough, because that's memory I'm going by. 2x minus 22 minus 2y. I say go, or the y come first?
Correct, sir.
No, chance. Everybody agree that I'm correct? I want you to be part of the lesson, you know.
2x minus 22. Now, what on there? Plus 2y, sir.
Is it plus 2y?
Yeah.
All right. Plus 2y, easy fix. And then now, xx was 2y, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good job.
X.
And 2x, good job. So now, watch me. And I'm going to do the easy one first. So to help you build your confidence. Doing the easy one first, I'm going to get, wait, again, the critical point was 22.0 or 0.22? It's 22.0, right?
0.22. That's not.
Or 0.22?
Yeah.
Okay. So critical point 0.22. You remember x is 0, y is 22. So my f of xx is going to be 2 times 22 times f of yy is 2 times 0. So it's going to be 2 times 0 minus, oh, f of xy now. That we're going to go to 0. So we're going to have 0 minus 22 plus 2 times 22 all squared. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Good. And 2 times 22 is 44. So that's 44 times 0 minus, you got a 44, you got a 44. 44 minus 22 are 22, 22 squares. So what I'm going to have, all of this go to 0. So that's going to have minus 22 squares, going to give me a 22, I know it's 484. So you see the 484 coming back again, but that's negative. So the mere fact that this is negative, once it is negative, it is a
Maximum.
once it is negative, it's a
Maximum.
no. Once D
My bad,
is
saddle point.
saddle point.
Oh, 0.
I never that me learn.
Yeah, man, it's 0.
Sir, seriously,
Yes.
no?
God no. What you have to do, remember, if D is positive, you have to check your f of xx. If xx is positive, you have a minimum. If xx is negative, you have a maximum. No, yeah, don't ring a bell.
I think I thought I heard it the other way around. I'm gonna have to check.
So once it equals to 0, can't work. Once it's negative, boom, saddle. If D is positive, it could be either maximum or minimum. So we have to go now to xx. If xx is positive, then we have a minimum. If xx negative, we have a maximum. Can you remember that, please, guys?
Yes, sir, I can remember it.
All right, good job. Now, so let's continue. We have a very ugly one now. It's a true time I run up on me. I want to make sure I get some of the marks in the exam. So if I go to the 22/3 now, the 22/3, J's and P's. Anyway, the last piece, so I'm not gonna complain too much. 22/3, 22/3, you know what? Let me just make sure that, we'll pass this a long time. We'll pass this a long time. I want to you. Pass this a long time, man. Oh, well, go on. Pass this a long time. Pass this a long time. Oh, wait, yeah, we'll pass this a long time too. So see, -484, we have a saddle point. See, we're bright? We have a saddle point. I'm not going to cheat it to see what the other one is. We're going to work it out first. It's so many pages we skip out. All right, let's go. D is going to be equals to, using, so that you remember or see what it is that I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at to get my stuff. So D is going to be pi of xx. Xx is going to be 2y, so it's going to be 2 times 22/3 times 2y. Y is 2y times another 2 times 22/3 minus f of xy, whoa, 2 times 22/3 minus 22 plus 2 times 22/3. So if you saw what I did down here, so I'm going to send you my original workout. If you saw what I did right here, so when I did the recall, you see I would have worked out what my xx, my yy, and my xy would have been in terms of getting those. So I just make, so the substitution will become a little easier for me as opposed to be working it out at this point. But should we get tired of the question, we just go do everything one time. So this is going to be equals to 44/3 times 44/3
Put on the square.
minus, just put it as squared out.
No, I say put on the square by top part.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that I could put on the square as a 44/3 times 44/3. Okay, yeah, man. Thanks, Papa. And then 2 times 22 is going to be 44/3 minus 22 plus another 44/3 all squared. And then now this 44 times 44, that's 968. I don't know why that come out to. No, that's not 968. 44 squares is how much?
1936.
So that's going to be 1936 over 9 minus 44 divided by 3 minus 22, and I'm putting all of that one time in the calculator, plus another 44/3. I'm going to get 22/3. So I'm going to get 22/3. Boy, them number just play back around. 22/3 all squared. And 22/3 is the same thing as 484, no? 484/9. So we have 1936/9 minus 484/9. And the denominators are the same, so just say 1936 minus 484, I get 1452. Why that look sound so familiar? 1452 over 9. We did get a 1452 before, don't? Hold on there. We did get a 1452 before. Shamara, you did give me a number one time. Is
Just
14?
pass it. Where we do the prime factorization.
See it right here, so? Yeah, man. This 1452. I know the numbers look familiar. All right. And then now, this is positive. Positive. So it could be either maximum or minimum. So I have to go back now and look at my f of xx. Is my f of xx positive? Yes, don't it?
Yes, sir.
So we have a relative minimum. Let me just show you what it is that I did right here. I'm going to have a relative minimum. Same 54, 52 over 9, I have a relative minimum, and that's the end of the question. Know the question long. I'm not lie to you. The question is long. 30 marks.
Well,
It was a full question for 30 marks, right? Now, there is nothing in the question that I've given you that you can't do. There's nothing in the question that I give you that you can't do, because I've gone through all of this already. All you're going to be needing is a little patience. Just a little patience to get the question done up. Just a little patience to get the question done up. All right? So as you see what I'm doing here, I'm copying the work that we just did in class today. And then I'm going to be sending it off to you guys. I have 2 minutes. I'm done. Any question you have of me?
No question, sir. This was a long one. In the soft question though. For the assessment, the second test, the course test, the second one. What's the relevance of that one? And I'm asking because I'd asked you to reopen it, and I'm not seeing where that one was opened.
Check again now, please. It was reopened.
You just open it?
No, I did from before class started.
Not the course test. The course test wasn't reopened. I'm looking at it.
No, man, move on.
Move on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I see I see why you asked the question about the relevance. So just move on.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Any other question, guys? Did I do that?
Sorry, remember to send me so I can review it because I know what's coming tomorrow. So.
That's not my problem.
Oh, sorry,
My problem.
Say
Say it again, Papa.
you mentioned something about the mid-semester.
Right. So, do you guys have mid-semester exam? Okay. Do you have any mid-semesters this week for your other courses or next week?
Yes, we do.
Which ones you have this week?
We have programming this week.
Which day?
We have a lot of assignments due this week.
Thursday.
You have lots of assignment this week and a programming mid-semester this week?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give you the mid-semester next week.
Which day?
Which day you don't have class?
We have class every day.
You have class every day?
You mean your class? Because you have to be specific. We have classes Monday to Friday.
You have class Monday to Friday. All right. All right. I will tell you. I need to just go back and see how many areas I have to I have left to cover, because I need to be careful for me sacrificing a class time for the stuff. So I have to be very strategic in my calculation when I'm doing the stuff. So I will come back to that one and let you know by our next class. Today's what, Monday? By our next class on Wednesday. Is that okay?
All right, sir.
But it's going to be next week though.
Okay, sir.
All right, big up yourself. All the best. Check your WhatsApp. The notes for today is sent. As soon as I get this recording, I'll also upload it.
See you, sir. Have a good evening.
To you too, my love. All the best, guys. Take care.
All right.